Hi, I'm Liz Pearse, and I am part of Quince Ensemble. For over 10 years, we've had the opportunity to commission, perform, and promote new chamber vocal music, and we love working with singers and composers, learning about all of the amazing things the voice can do. Over the years, we've been asked a lot about different singing techniques, and I'm here today to demonstrate one such technique that we've been asked about often: overtone singing. Overtone singing is a technique by which certain energies within the sound made by breath passing over your vocal folds, the source, are focused and highlighted by your articulators, the filters. This means that by moving some combination of your articulators, the tongue, teeth, lips, and soft palate, you can change the quality of the sound coming out of your larynx, creating a whistle-like second tone in addition to the fundamental pitch you're singing. That whistling pitch is the overtone. This sounds super complicated, but you do it all the time. By itself, the sound you make with your vocal folds is kind of quacky and noisy. Using our articulators, we filter that quack into all sorts of sounds in the service of communication. For instance, hello, how are you? So, overtone singing simply employs your ability to filter vocal sounds in very specific ways to create whistle-like melodies. Let me demonstrate. In this next example, I want you to listen for the following pattern. Before we go on, I want to take a second to mention there are many musical cultures around the world that employ overtone singing. If you're performing music that is inspired by a specific tradition that is not yours by direct heritage, I would urge you to seek out the direct guidance of members of those cultures whose music you're performing and credit them as part of the performance, to learn and appreciate and attribute, not appropriate. All right. There are certain tools you'll need to begin your exploration of overtone singing. Fortunately, if you're watching this and you can hear me, you probably already have those tools readily available. Tool 1, your ears. If you can hear it, you're already partway there. And then the second tool, of course, is your vocal tract. This just means everything from your lungs to your lips. All right, once you're warmed up in whatever way works best for you, we're going to start by singing a strong, steady, sustained pitch, somewhat low in your range. For treble voices, I would recommend maybe middle C or somewhere in that vicinity, and for changed voices, perhaps an octave below that. Ooh. That's our bass sound. Pretty simple. Try and sing without vibrato if you can manage, or with as little vibrato as you can comfortably do efficiently. Okay, we're going to do that again, but this time I'm going to slowly change from an ooh sound to an R sound. The very American hard R comes in handy here. Ooh. You can try with an oo vowel or an o vowel or a lu or a li. Some folks have better success with an L than an R sound. So depending on your anatomy, different things will work for you. The goal for this is to find one overtone that speaks at first. Once you can find it, making tiny changes in your articulators around that to see how they react, where the overtones focus. That's your entire goal. So when I go, in that example, I was moving my tongue somewhat. The tongue is kind of high in the mouth, and it's moving forward to backward to make a larger or smaller cavity in the front of your mouth. I was also moving my lips a little bit to see what would change the overtone, and when I open my lips wider, it would be a higher overtone. So again, makes all sorts of fun sounds. So when you're exploring, the key is to find one overtone at first. Listen for it. Be patient. Know that your body is your own and you have a unique vocal anatomy, different from mine, different from anyone else's. Especially if you're a treble voice, these overtones might be very, very subtle. When you're exploring, remember to take breaks. This can be a little tiring at first because you're singing a fairly strong, loud, sustained pitch, and then you're dampening it with these articulators. So it might not sound loud, but you are putting a lot of effort into the sound. This isn't inherently injurious, but like with any new athletic activity, take breaks. All right, so what does this look like in a score? I would like to show an example by Kansas City-based composer Michael Miller, his Blowin' Down the Road. Blow. All right, in the previous example, you can see in the score how the overtones are notated. We have the basic pitch of that C sharp, blow, and throughout the score, Michael plays upon specifically that C sharp in my part and some other pitches in the other soprano parts and the mezzo part to kind of make these swirling overtones that are meant to kind of represent the sound of wind whistling over the plains in his home state of Oklahoma. All right, so if you want to learn more about overtone singing, listen to it. Find all of the world cultures that employ overtone singing. The group Alash is amazing. There's a great Udemy course by Alex Kular in different forms of overtone and throat singing. And then there's the very viral Ana Maria Hefele's series on polyphonic overtone singing. All right. Have fun experimenting. I'm still learning. Overtone singing. Overtone. Overtone. Overtone singing.